Has anyone had a company pay for an engineering master's degree and then left before fulfilling the time commitment to the company? I'm trying to advise a friend, but I have not personally encountered this situation. Cool. If you had left before fulfilling the usual time obligation that comes with the company paying for your master's degree, how did it go? Did they pursue repayment? Thanks in advance. Okay. I think it's going to depend on, first of all, the terms of the agreement. Usually these kind of programs are defined in a standard operating procedure for the company, or there's a contract that you'll sign before they'll start paying for it. And one of those two things will spell out exactly what they do. Especially if they have a person that administers that program, that is exactly what they're going to do. Unless the company is super lazy, but man, I'm sure that they get some kind of tax incentives for doing it and a bunch of financial reasons, and they have people that are involved in managing that kind of program. And if there are people involved in managing their program, their job is to come after you if you have not fulfilled the time commitment. I mean, there's a chance that it kind of slips through the cracks, and that's the only thing you're really leaning on otherwise. But what will happen is exactly what is spelled out in the contract or the standing operating procedure for that compensation and that education allowance. So I recommend that you advise to your friend and maybe help them do this to find the standard operating procedure or the contract that they signed for their master's degree getting paid for, and then look at that. And then maybe they'll have to make an evaluation on their decision. But I would not just leave the company and expect that they're just going to forget, because I'm sure that there's some kind of financial tracking system and incentives that they have to get that money back from you if they can. So I would recommend not leaving before fulfilling the time commitment to the company, unless maybe you get a signing bonus with the other company, the new company that will pay for whatever the penalty and repayment is, or maybe you have the cash on hand and the new salary is a big enough delta to justify it. But yeah, what will happen is 99 times out of 10 will be exactly what was spelled out in the contract. So unfortunately, I can't tell you exactly what will happen, but I know that that contract likely will. So best of luck to your friend in that situation, and maybe give us an update on how it went for them. And it might be one of those things that you think you get away with it, and then a year from now, you're like, hey, where's our money? The company's like, hey, where's our money? So if they're obligated to it, then, especially if there's not a time-bound window on them recollecting from you, then it could come up out of nowhere whenever. So I'd be really careful in that situation.
I'm not complaining. My thoughts get complicated. I cannot explain in lameness. Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries. Thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify. They put me on the station.